Party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew. It's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Rog Smuve and Los, Rumble, Aldo NICE is the uncle.
As a kid, always been about $1. And, fast forward, this is just where my mind be most of the time. Just how I could just come up with a plan to turn 1 into 2, long story short. And all of this through just legitimate and stand-up type affairs. And with this just brings me to my next point. Over the past week and a half, 2 weeks on Instagram, I've been seeing real kind of like sickening shit in a way. And it's kind of two-parted. The first part is I hate whole clowns. And pretty much, I've been seeing people running these gambling games, big baller bingo or whatever they call it. Pretty much, they might have 15 slots. And I've been seeing people who hosting these little games make anywhere between $3,000 to like $5,000, literally. And pretty much, clowns out there would pretty much help somebody get anywhere from $300 to $5,000 by just not doing anything, just by hosting a game and you giving them money. I've seen buy-ins anywhere from $1,000 was the highest one with 15 slots, and the winner gets 10. Long story short, you're letting the person just pocket 5 bands just for the fuck of it. And I've seen people do smaller ones, but they pocketing $300 to $500 just off the strength of you being a whole clown. And the second part of this is pretty much goes back to the social media era. I touched on this, you know what I'm saying? And people be so infatuated with people they don't know, and just that whole little luster that this bullshit social media portal gives people. Pretty much all these people I've seen running them little games with their little racketeering scheme have been people with little like clout on the internet, like party promoters, people that's kind of big in the dancing world, and also a DJ. There's 3 different people I've seen, you know what I'm saying, with over 50,000 followers, and pretty much just because they got some type of clout, going back to the social media era, people would just let them finesse them out of, like I mentioned, 500 to goddamn 5 bands. It's crazy. Kind of long-winded, man, but this shit is just straight mind-blowing to me.
I say, whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend Podcast. It's your man, Aldo NICE.
It's your boy, Rog Smuve.
Wow, it's your boy, Los, a.k.a. C.A.P.
Hey, listen, man, Rumble, we appreciate your energy. That's one of the stories we was going to talk about this week, so I'm happy
definitely.
You came off the dome with it. Raj, he was speaking to you when he said, whole clowns. What are your thoughts initially on what he's had to say, Raj Smuve?
Well, that introduction was a little weird because it was like, you're a whole clown, Rog Smuve. So thanks for that.
No, you the person who
I know what you
initiated
mean.
the term whole clown.
I mean, I just made it better. We talked about that last
Like
week.
when we talked about the 10 things Best Friend Weekend brought to the culture, whole clown might could have been one of them. Okay?
It might could have, but it wasn't. Maybe for next year. Maybe for the 4th anniversary. No, I don't like whole clowns either, and I've been seeing this as well. And when it came up on the agenda for the podcast, I wanted to know exactly how it worked, because I didn't understand when people was just posting little like, oh, okay, this is how it works, this is how it works, this is how it works. I wanted to really watch like a YouTube video, so I went and watched a YouTube video, and the first thing that came to my mind was, you got to be kidding me. I'm not ever gonna give, no way. And the math of it all is, when you put your name in it, in order for you to get your money, whatever your agreed upon money would be, 112 people gotta join for you to finally get from the outside to the inside.
Okay,
to the middle part.
So Raj, I don't want you to confuse it. It's 2 different things. Mm-hmm. So the big baller bingo that Rumble is talking about is something that I saw some guy, I don't remember his name, but Leonard Fournette and Meek Mill was on like the first one I saw. And it's absolutely. It's literally like 15 slots with numbers 1 through 15. And they put their name on it, and they all put up like a rack. And then they pick a number out of 1 through 15, because Leonard Fournette was like, oh, I got that 7. And he won like 2 times in a row with the number 7. And he won the $10,000. So he was giving away $10,000 for 15 slots worth $1,000. So the nigga was just pocketing 5 bands for running the bingo. That's one thing. The thing you're talking about is that thing that looks like a hexagon or something, right?
It looked like it looked like that little thing where you'll read like, all right, pick a number 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick a color 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Open up that daddy. That's the I don't know how to put it. What's another way to put it besides the
Thomas
youngsters?
Bullshit.
Like it's the Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole different thing. So it's two different things they're running right now. And I mean, you know,
and they got the blessing blessing pot too, where you put in, I think it was like 1,500. You put in like 1,500, and you can win 11,000. But you put in 15, and you got to recruit 2 more people to put in.
So that's the thing that you and Raj both talking about. So Raj, the first one that I think is important to talk about is the one that Rumble just spoke about, which is blatantly just best friend weekend bingo.
Yeah.
And if we said everybody a slot is $50 and everybody put $50 up and the winner wins the pot minus 5 times $50. Like, you get my point? Like, they just put more slots than it is. It's not winner take all. No. It's winner take some. Yeah. And that is insane that you would do it, but a lot of people
but that's the same thing as when you go to the Super Bowl thing and they got them squares. When you're the Super Bowl,
and somebody don't give all the money.
It's the same thing when you go to the Super Bowl.
I never play one that is not. I never play one that is not all of the money.
The pot. Oh, okay, yeah. I've been to some that be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be whoop de whoop. But I'm like, wait a minute. When you sit down and do the math, you be like, hold on, you keeping some? And yeah, this for the house.
I mean, that's what I would think. Why would I host squares if I'm not keeping some of the money?
That's the same thing.
So both of y'all think that. I just always thought that you hosting squares just for the fun of it. I'm just doing it. Right. The reason I feel that way is because I do like fantasy football every year. And on fantasy football, it's not like, it's $50 to play fantasy and we got 12 niggas in the league and that's $600, but the winner get $500. Like, I'm not about to do that. Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, do people do that?
Yeah, they do.
No, I think it's 2 different games. Okay. I also think that it's 2 different cultures. Like, I think that squares is one culture. It's gambling culture. And I think that fantasy football is not necessarily gambling culture. It's just like friendly competition. Gotcha. So like, yeah, some commissioners might hold dues for the sake of the league, to buy materials for the draft and whatnot. But if I'm running squares, I'm getting money. I'm the bookie.
Okay.
That's what I thought. I never played squares before.
That's what's happening.
That's the same thing they doing. That's what they're doing with these Ponzi.
But they messing around and getting 5,000. That's one thing. So I think both of you guys just kind of agreed that maybe that's not the worst thing on earth. If they hold a little money,
because there's no sports. There's nothing to base this on. It's just a number. So I'm gonna just pick a number. No way.
But it's the same thing. Like, you don't know what the score gonna be of the Patriots against the Falcons. It's just.
But at least I got some incentive
28-3. I know that, but
at least I got some incentive to watch the game. I don't have no incentive to play this. Like, it's just like, okay, cool. I might win some money. I might not. Chances are I won't win money. But at least I'm watching it and I got like some money on the game.
That's
and
hard.
I might even get to choose my square. So like I get, you know what I'm saying?
For me, I'd rather go with the. I give you 5. I got 1,500, and I got to get 2 more people to give 1,500.
So that's
I'd rather go with that one.
That's the one y'all talking about,
with the
right?
Bingo.
So that thing is not gambling. That's a pyramid scheme.
Yes.
Okay, so Los, can you tell me the first time that you ever were approached for a pyramid scheme in your life?
In my life, it had to be like 90 something.
Okay. How did that go? Tell me about it.
I didn't participate. I heard it approached my mama when I was there.
Okay, so
the thing was, mama, she was gonna give like $200, and
it's a blessing.
Yeah, and it had like that's back then when they was renting out hotel ballrooms for when it kind of first came to Louisiana. It was Africans. We kind of in all Africans then because we didn't see a lot of them.
We didn't know how Africans move.
Yeah, so they was like,
they move fast.
Yeah, quickly, and we didn't know they ain't wear no shoes either. But the thing,
and we didn't know how they smell.
Yeah, and we were social distancing. But, you can see the tail. I was in there with my mom, like, Mama, this ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? I had to be like middle school, like 7th, 8th grade. I was like, Mama, no.
So that same thing hit New Iberia back in like the same around time, 94, 93.
Yeah.
Raj, you probably are going to remember the name when I say it. Better Life. Did you ever remember? Better Life was what it was called. That was the board. Or whatever it was, and people was giving money, but they was giving checks.
Yeah,
they was giving like 500, 1,000, 2,000, whatever, and then certain people was messing around and getting back like 2,000 and getting back 10,000, and then all of a sudden it just crashed when they ran out of people, and then people had just donated their money for nothing. It is a pyramid scheme. It is a Ponzi scheme. So that's that's when I saw it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I saw it as me individually, I was in Illinois one summer, doing like some research, and I was out there. I was 20 years old, and I remember this lady who was like involved in the program. She was an educator up there at University of Illinois, and she's like, "Hey, all of y'all come to my house this Saturday. We having a barbecue. It's 4th of July or some shit." And we all went over there, and we was like kicking it, hanging out, whatever. And then all of a sudden, they said, "Hey, y'all come upstairs." And they had a whole PowerPoint.
That's exactly what it
They
was.
pulled out a TV and a PowerPoint, and they started talking about, "Hey, look, this is how you can make some money. You got to put X amount of money in and blah, blah, blah." And the dude just started talking. It was some dude who just came in that thing and started trying to convince people to put money. And I remember being like, I've seen this movie before.
I know exactly what it is.
And I mean, like, so all of that is the same exact thing as what's happening right now. The goal is getting early. So if you want to play around and give some people your money right now, and assume that you early.
If you late, you losing that 15. I guess I say 15 because the lady at work in January approached me with that same little
How much
move.
you needed? 1,500?
15 to get in.
1,500.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you 1,500 to get in, but you make it 11,000. Now, I did see my coworker actually get her 11. She got her 11, and she took that 15 out there 11, went back in.
Of course she did. Because you already got 11.
Yeah, she hit twice.
But that's what you're supposed to do, apparently. Like, you're supposed to give back.
I was like, how many people do you know you can just say, "Hey, look, you need $1,500 real quick to come throw it to this"? Because I was like, who keep the money? I had too many questions. Who keep the money? Where the money go? Because she was getting some of her cash. Some of it was cash app. It was too much different shit going
I just think that at the end of the day, the person who put their 1,500, who is like last in line, who don't ever get money, you just cheated somebody out of 1,500 because all has an expiration date, and I just don't feel like it's like I think very poorly, and I really kind of hate the people who do those things because I think they should know better. If it's like you don't know no better, cool, whatever. But if you know better and you just running that thing to get some loot, come on, get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
I mean, the way that people been advertising, the people that's doing it, the way that they've been advertising it is like, they're not advertising it as a thing that's like I'm trying to get over on people. Of course, like they've advertised it as like I'm trying to help people out. Like go get your 11,000. You know, like I'm gonna help you out whenever I win my 11,000. It's just the money just gonna roll, and it's just too much. It just seems like there's just no integrity involved. I'm not messing around with that.
Some things for me are just too good to be true. That's one thing I learned coming from college. Some shit is just too good to be true, man. You know what I mean? And when especially nowadays, I've always been like this the majority of my life. It's just when some shit too good to be true, I'd rather just take the L on it, man. You know me. If I feel like it's too good to be true, like it's just like somebody saying, "Hey, I got them Yeezy for $40, real Yeezy $40," and you're like, they could be, but they can't. It's just too good to be true.
Yeah.
Or say, well, let's not 40. Let's say 100.
There's nothing in life where you put money down and you get 8 times that amount of money for doing nothing.
Yeah. No.
Like that is not a thing, dog. That is not a thing. And the fact that some people they cash out and they try to tell other people about it, and I look at it like, dog, you can't be serious asking me to put my money involved in this because it's gonna run out. It's gonna run its course. It's not gonna keep going forever.
Yeah.
Like,
and the first thing she said was, "Oh, get them 2 dudes on your podcast to do it."
Is that what she said?
Now let me ask you this. Now, what if Leonard Fournette come up to you and say, "Look, I'm about to start a Ponzi scheme today." And you're not gonna be the last person. You're gonna be the first person.
How much I need, though?
What you doing?
I'm on child support. How much I need?
Enough. 500. I need 500.
What you know what, Raj? What's crazy about it is that I would put it up because I know. Can I tell you why? Because I know that Leonard Fournette knows so many people that he gonna have nothing but idiots that I don't know.
Get my money next week.
Okay, so this is the thing that kills me about it. It's always, to me in my head, it's like I'm hurting people that I know. Like I'm stealing from people that I know. I gotta go recruit people I know. And the next thing you know is everybody from my hometown or everybody from my inner circle or all of my friends have put money on it. And if it don't go nowhere, then I'm just stealing from my friends. If Leonard Fournette said, "Give me some money," man, that's the whole internet. That's just
could you imagine? Could you imagine me? You finally got me to do it. Oh, look, Raj, I got my 11,000. Man, Los got his 11,000, but I was a little last. All right, cool. And then 6 months later, I thought you said I was gonna get 11,000.
We just put together and give you money back. We're just half and
Would
half.
you
I
though?
appreciate that.
But
Look.
would no? I mean, I would
I
because
would.
I would get him in there, but I don't think I'd ever
would.
be in a position to put him in there because I know how this movie is.
Yeah. But I'm saying if I got my like, I remember the person on my team in my job, but she African, like a Nigerian. And she came on with one like my second year. Oh, I need you to come with me on this. And so I said, okay, well, show me your check. I said, when you show me your money you get, I'll get in. Never showed me nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I got 25,000 points. Woo. I'm like, okay, how does it equate to? It's money. It go right there. I said, but it say points. It don't have a dollar sign behind it nowhere.
Prince.
I'm like 26, 27. I'm like, say, bro, until you show me a check, I don't want to hear nothing.
None of that.
Ain't showed me no check since I'm 37 years old.
Rumble, it's a real thing. We definitely wanted to talk about it because it's flashing through the internet.
Yeah.
And I feel like times when people at home chilling, like they are right now, and they got a little money, i.e. the stimulus check.
Yeah.
These people are trying to take y'all money, couple $100 at a time. And I just can't condone it. I can't feel, I cannot co-sign it.
Nope.
I think everybody who running these things, like literally every single person who I've seen post something about it, I feel a way about it. Because I feel like most people already know better.
Mm-hmm.
If I really felt like you just don't know what this is, then I would be like, they don't know. They're just over here trying to get a little money. But most people I know, they already know what it is, and they over here like still running with that. And I just can't.
It's ridiculous.
I can't co-sign it. That's all I feel about it. That's all, Raj. That's all I feel, Raj. We've been down this road before.
I feel the same exact way, man. I feel like the same exact way, and don't ask me. If you know me and you listen to the podcast, don't ask me.
Leave me alone.
Straight up. So that burns my boudin. But let me tell you some other things that burn my boudin this week. Hey man, the first thing that burned my boudin this week is if you over 35 and you got a mohawk.
Ooh,
I don't like that neither. You know what? I don't like that neither. I saw a dude. He was fresh. I said, look at this dude, fresh, and he had a 35 plus mohawk on, and I said, nah, I don't like him no more. I don't like him no more. When your hairline recede a little bit, you don't need to.
He had it on?
He had it on? We say
put
it
it
35 plus.
He had a 35 plus mohawk. He had that on his head.
Well, I know a dude who keep a mohawk. Actually, it's a common friend between I and Aldo NICE, and I don't see his mohawk going
No.
anytime soon.
My man's who you talking about? It's not like a mohawk though. It's more like that thing. More like a little curly top.
But it's
his side's not bald.
The cut is a mohawk, bro.
Okay,
it ain't no taper.
I think you mohawk clown, the more your sides is bald. Like the less and less like your sides are bald, the more it's acceptable. Like,
well, let me tell you this. So
ahead,
I think you could have your sides ball. I think your mohawk clown with the combination of your sides ball and the top high.
The stick
so
up
like,
daddy.
It's a threshold that you could have. So I play a little ball fade, you know what I'm saying? Like, but my hair short. I play my hair short. I played a ball fade with that top, with that high top. I would call myself a whole clown.
I mean, I don't know. We looking at a dude that I know on IG right now, and like it's just a whole clown. It's a whole clownism to me. That's all. Like 35 plus mohawks.
Relax.
Like you could do something different. Like the dude who run Prospect Park. That boy got a 35 plus mohawk.
Yeah.
He got a 45 plus mohawk.
No, he might not. What you talking about? D. Scott, little brother?
No, not the young dude.
The
dude
old
who actually owned the
he out of there.
Because you always run the risk
something.
of it looking like somebody ran a car over the top of your mohawk.
And then the back part.
Yeah, the back part you just got a bald spot in the middle, and the rest of it is a mohawk. I mean, I don't care if you even got all your hair. 35 plus mohawk is just not for me.
Nah, you gotta get it going.
They burn my
haircut.
It burned my Buddha. I don't have time for it. I don't have space for it, man. Listen, I just needed to put that out there. Another thing that burns my Buddha is when you're in a group chat, right? Whether that be IG, whether that just be a text group chat, whatever it may be, and you send a video because you're like, ooh, that thing funny. Ha ha. Ha ha. Chiparachi style. One time this podcast brought to you by Chiparachi. Ha ha. And you send something you think is live, and then maybe a day later, a couple hours later, 2 days later, somebody else send the same video to the group chat.
Oh yeah.
That burns my Boudin.
Yeah, you can't double up. Gotta pay attention to your texts. No doubling up, man.
So I think that's a big reason. Y'all know I'm not good with text. That's a big reason why I don't really send a whole lot of memes. For that reason exactly, because I don't like that neither. Like if I send something, you know what would really suck? And I don't know if this is what you just said. I don't think this is what you just said. But if I sent something and it didn't get no laughs, and then you sent it 2 days later, and boys flip out, I wouldn't like that at all.
Now I'm leaving the group.
Oh, y'all like that man's
Yeah, I'm in the wrong group.
So
y'all boys obviously don't like me.
Yeah, this group ain't for me.
So one time, the boy Rumble basically did it this week. And what he said afterwards was like in such Rumble fashion. Oh my God. Like when I say only a person like Rumble could get away with doing what he did, the boy was just like, listen, I didn't send it on accident. I sent it on purpose. I sent the same meme you sent on purpose. Because y'all sent multiple memes in between the original meme and the meme we was looking at. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? What I just said?
I ain't give everybody the time left to take it in.
No. Yeah, he's like, okay, Al, you sent a meme. Y'all laughed about it or whatever. I never saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? I just let y'all just laugh and do whatever. And then y'all sent 2-3 more memes in the meantime. And then I finally saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to comment on the meme you sent 2 days ago, and what it was it was the I don't know if y'all saw it. It was like on Sports Center or something, and it was a football player singing, walking on the field, and it was like Sports Center, right? And he was singing some little spiritual. It was a black kid, and me and Gramstar was like, yeah, I guess we was like, that's lame.
Mm-hmm.
Why that boy ain't whatever. And then we sent 2-3 more memes, but Rumble wanted to comment on that meme, so he sent it again and then commented. So we wouldn't think he was commenting on the memes in between. Mm-hmm. He was thinking
making sure y'all knew what he was talking about.
Exactly.
So
and
he added the meme.
Exactly, cause that is hilarious. Mm-hmm. And he said, and this is how he brought it to the next level of Rumbleism. He was like, cause Sports Center didn't break that meme for me. Best Friend Weekend broke that meme for me. Like that's why I had to put it.
Gas. Yeah, rum big.
Gas.
Rum big.
So I guess
phone rang to that.
What? That's the only time that I think that it's acceptable if you're bringing it back like that. But yes, everything y'all just said is 100% true. I'm not a fan of reposting the same meme. It's not a thing. Let me tell y'all another thing that burns my Boudin this week. Mask, Corona mask, with logos for sale. That burns my Boudin.
Hey,
I don't capitalize on the struggle. Los, what you think?
Listen here. The first thing is that them not real masks. They serve no purpose. The only thing they serve is to look good. You can still blow a candle out through them things. The Corona can still seep through them little holes. They're that cheap ass material with the logos or whatever team or whatever dumb shit y'all put on there. There's no reason for you to have a fake Gucci mask. It's stupid. I seen a dude. He had a Gucci mask. A Gucci one on, and his old lady had a Louis V one on. Okay. Like, so y'all waste your time getting fake material to get that made, and probably pay way too much money for some shit that really don't work. It just look like y'all got money, which people with real sense know y'all don't.
I mean, for me,
maybe they're trying to shine for people without real sense. But a lot of people that don't have real sense.
But you're still shining with the Corona because you're about to get it.
The first thing that people started telling me when the Rona started happening, oh, Best Friend Weekend, y'all should make some masks with Best Friend Weekend on. I was like, I'm not doing that. No. I was like, I think that is ridiculous. I'm not trying to sell masks to be like, ooh, what is big fire mask that got Best Friend Weekend on?
And the thing about it, it's only one mask that really works.
That N95?
Yeah, because you can't. Listen, all the masks you have, you can blow through there and light out or candle out through the mask. It don't work. Mm. If you talking and your breath don't go back in your nose in that mask, that bitch is null and void.
What if the mask say? What if the mask say, I ain't got nothing nice to say, and so it just serves more than one purpose.
Yeah,
it's just for fashion. No, but they say them little non-fashion masks, you got to stick a coffee filter in it. They say if you stick a coffee filter in it, it'll stop your breath from going out. That's what I heard.
Okay.
You might as well just wear a coffee filter
with some duct tape,
rubber bands.
Yeah, scotch
or shoestrings on the end of it.
But people feel like, but I saw it today. It was like, oh, anybody who went to Xavier who's a healthcare professional, we got these Xavier masks, and I got all my material in, and they just came in, and then everybody's like, "Ooh, send me one. I cash app you right now." And I'm just like, "Damn, really? Is this a fashion statement now? Yeah. What, like this is what we doing? This is what we at?"
But what if it is? What if it becomes an article of clothing? Like, what if Corona lasts for so long that the new article of clothing is masks?
Then we
eventually,
Then guess what? We suck and we missed the wave. And we should have did
exactly.
It still won't be too late if that's the.
And it damn sure ain't gonna be too late.
You're never gonna be too late.
I mean, that's basically like saying, what if people start wearing t-shirts?
Yeah.
And then they start wearing t-shirts.
Yeah, bro. Why that nigga got pants on, man? Why he got just regular people let their dick swing?
I mean, I ain't gonna say I was gonna say something.
I mean, you ain't wrong when you're right, man.
During the coronavirus, I ain't gonna draws in a minute.
Man, let me tell you another thing that burned my boot at, man. Another thing that burned my boot at is people who late for online meetings. Whether that be anything. Like, I had an online doctor's appointment today at 3. Like, to talk to my gastro, and he didn't come on till 3:06. I'm like, it's online, nigga. Stop being late. That's all I got.
I mean, but that's on brand for doctors, though. Doctors tell you to be there at 2. You don't get to see the nigga at 4, 5 o'clock.
It's online. You at the crib.
It's on brand for doctors, though. They don't always be late. Doctors ain't never on time. You any appointment you never had with a doctor or a dentist, you ain't never went at the exact time they told you. But they always tell you to come 30 minutes early.
A barber is a better person than a doctor.
For the most part, yes. With time.
Yeah. Please. For the most part, it's very, very needed in that statement.
I cut myself from this podcast. It's brought to you by Rog.
For the most part.
Very, very necessary.
I just feel like online meetings, any Zoom meeting or anything online that you're supposed to be doing, you don't have no excuse to be very late for it. Yeah. Like, you really don't. Like, that's not, like, we're not doing nothing. Nobody doing nothing. That's all I got. I mean,
What I think is funny about them Zoom meetings is them backgrounds. I think people really got them. I mean, I think people got them backgrounds to hide filth.
When they put the Golden Gate Bridge up in the back.
Yep.
Yeah, I was.
And I'm talking about the ones like, I'm silly, so I'll be like, yeah, y'all can see I'm out here in San Francisco. It's about to rain, but I'm talking about the people that's serious about it. Like, yeah, no, I'm not moving this Golden Gate Bridge.
No, it's a lady who's on our meetings almost every other day. It's like you can only see her silhouette, like she be sitting in the dark. When on First 48 and they be the witness and they trying to hide their identity, she be sitting like that every time. White lady, every time she's like, "Well, I have the kitchen light on. You guys can't see me." They be like, "No."
She know what she doing.
Nah, then the white lady be like, what kind of light do you have in your kitchen?"
You see, that's the problem with it. People always be in other people's business looking for stuff in the background. But I mean, these are all things that should burn your boot at. Man, look, I got 2 more, man. I got a lot of things that burn my boot at this week. Another thing that burned my boot at this week is cross church watching during that Rona. When people over there like, "No, you Catholic, watch you a Catholic church on Sunday on Rona." Like, you Baptist, watch your Baptist church. Mm-hmm. When you listening, you're like, "Hold up, what you watching?" "Oh, I was just watching Joel Osteen now." But bro, you're Catholic. Mm-hmm. Find you a Catholic church. They got one on social media. Why you going cross church watching during that Rona? Raj, have you watched church at all during that Rona?
I have not. But I don't see anything wrong with people exploring their faith. Like, I want to. Maybe they got some people that was wondering about some other, and everybody got accessibility. So maybe they want to check out a different church. It's a good time to do it. Not have to go sit down in the church. You gonna
go to yours too, though?
Well, so what I'm saying is if I'm like, oh, I've been wanting to check out Seventh-day Adventist, but I don't want to go sit down in the Seventh-day Adventist church because I'm not gonna know what to do. Then maybe I could just watch it on TV since it's available to me now during that Rona.
So let me ask you a question. You gonna watch that Seventh-day Adventist this week?
No. But if somebody did, Whoa,
welcome to that Amish. This shit, man. Whoa, welcome to that Hasidic
Aldo
Jew
NICE.
Lemon.
Whoa, welcome to that Hasidic Jew pike. It's your man. Halakam.
Lamb anybody? But no. I feel like people pastor hop it's big now. Like people don't really go to church for that church; they go to church for the pastor. You know what I mean? And it's all about.
Welcome to the Buddhist podcast.
But people pastor hop these days, right? So I think it's whatever. It's like rap music, like whatever pastor's popping at the moment. That's who people going to see, especially in Houston. Like if your pastor jumping at that moment, you need to get to church early. You know what I mean? If he had a couple fire service and that choir singing, y'all praise and worship fire, you need to go and get to the service quickly. He about to be stupid.
Why I gotta be stupid?
Cause I see what you doing.
I'm not doing nothing. Welcome to the Zulu Voodoo. The Voodoo Hour.
You better stop playing with them people like that, man.
But
it's your man Dalsim.
This nigga dumb, man.
Papa Shango.
Papa Shango. But yeah, man, people, whatever pastor's popping at the moment online and everything.
But it's all within the same
going.
faith, though. It's all Baptist, though, right?
No, it's whatever. They
don't care.
Listen, if that man popping somebody sent him, he said a word that, oh, girl, I like that. What he said, oh, yeah, he saying something. Everybody on him, no matter what he's saying.
Then.
Well, you want to come to the Church of Christ.
Well.
And you want to have a little sippy sip and crawfish. We'll be out by 12 because the Saints come on around 12-ish. But please don't walk through my church door smelling like fish.
Hey, I just think it's a weird flex. That's all I'm saying. That's why I burn my boot at. But I think the way you just said it, Raj, makes sense. If you want to try some stuff, by all means, try some stuff, but still support your own church.
Popping, man.
The God you believe in, I still say to support them as well. Man, last thing that burned my Buddha this week is a post I saw. It says, stop saying Karen. Karen is a sexist and racist term equivalent to the N-word for white women. Calling a woman Karen is an attempt to get rid of women's rights and stand up for themselves. The K word is stronger than the N word, at least currently. Misogyny and patriarchy have been around longer than slavery. Just don't use either, okay? Okay, white women. I know we got white women listeners.
That's a reach, though. Jesus Christ.
I'm Karen, really? Versus nigga? I don't know. What's y'all thoughts, man?
I don't have anything to say.
I was just about to say, I don't know what to say against that. Like, what is wrong with the word Karen?
They said it's like a word people use in identity, like, oh, Karen, oh, Karen. I mean, it's something I've heard before. Like,
I've never heard it.
Just mean it's like Becky.
Yeah, definitely working in customer service when you have a Karen that comes in. It's a thing. It's a word that people use. Look, Karen about to come in here. And her name is not Karen. Yeah, but it's not. I mean, honestly, like that word, that name is not gonna. I'm sorry, whoever put that is probably in the minority how they feel about it. So I feel like we straight. I don't agree with her.
Yes, they gotta lie. I don't think anything gonna trump nigga. Nigger.
Except for Trump, he'll trump a nigga.
Yeah, I dump a nigga. But yeah, I got to relax with that trying to compare whatever y'all going through to the word nigga, because we still got 500 something years on you. You going through 2 or 3 years
with the foolishness, huh?
you got you know what I'm saying, and then most of that's online. So you got some years to go before you can catch up to that word nigga.
I mean, it's just interesting, and I think that women's rights, a lot of times we talk about women's rights in compared to like racism and how like those things are interchangeable, and it's just really not. It's just that's not a thing. I mean, we care about the women's rights movement, but it's not like a thing where we're gonna say that it's more it trumps, using the N-word and calling somebody a nigga. I wish somebody would go ahead on and say that and see the reaction you get, because the reaction you get is going to be terrible, man. So let's just talk about some stories this week, man. A big thing I heard this week is The Game. JC whatever his name is, Taylor, right? Basically a judge seizes all of his whole record label and all of his royalties from his Born to Rap label. So you guys might have heard about this. Priscilla Rainey, a couple of months ago, was granted any and all rights, title, and interest in any money, property, or future payments due to the record label, which was set up. Born to Rap. She's now the owner of his record label, man. Basically, back in the game, it was like a music video, right? And he like supposedly rubbed his hand on her bare vagina backstage, and then she sued him for assault. And he never went to court, and he never defended himself, and he was like, that's bullshit, she's just trying to get some money. And a judge like ruled for her everything. And gave her $7 million. Mm-hmm. So basically all of the royalties, and he basically set up a whole record label, a new record label, to like not pay her, and now the judge is like, she's the owner of that. What are you guys' thoughts on that whole thing? Because I think that is a crazy
I got story. One thing. Why was her bare vagina out if she ain't wanted to get rubbed?
Hold up. My question is, was it shaved or was it like a bare vagina?
Like a grizzly.
Yeah.
Hairy.
That's what I was thinking.
Not Jay, but just hairy.
Yeah, like bare. Or was it like bare, like BEHR, like painted? Like bare.
Like, I think it was bare like witness. So it was there was a show. There was a show called She Got Game, and that's apparently when it happened. I looked into it.
Gotcha.
She got, you know what I'm saying? So they agreed to go on a date, and that man apparently sexually assaulted her more than one time. That man claimed that he had a dentist appointment on the same day, which is hilarious to me. Like, niggas gonna nig, whatever. So he had a dentist appointment on the day of the court date, and so that man just said, all right, here's everything that man owns. First off, that's wild. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't even know that could happen. I didn't know you could lose. Like, I didn't know if I did something like that, I could lose an asset. Like, not money, not a fine, not go to jail, but actually lose my record label.
Well, the thing about it means you don't have the money.
That's wild.
Well, if people sue you, like, if somebody sue Best Friend Weekend and say we slandered them or libeled them or whatever, and then they say, oh, well, Best Friend Weekend only worth X amount, well, they could go after our personal shit. That's how that go. Or if they say they go after your personal shit and they say, oh, them boys only worth $50,000 each.
Give me your house.
Then they're going to take your car. Yeah, exactly.
Everything.
All your assets. So basically, that's
so
his asset.
The judge say, Aldo NICE, Rog Smuve and Los no longer are going to be on Best Friend Weekend. It's going to be the person.
They're going to say that we could be on it, but she get all the money. That's crazy.
I know, but we still got to do the show. We got to dance. That's crazy.
Yeah. Or we could not dance, and then they could say we don't pay, and then they could try to put us in jail and stuff. So it's just a crazy flex.
Yeah.
I mean,
say he's not paying.
Do you think that man did that?
Yeah, I do.
Look, I'm not gonna put it past him. I mean, I won't be surprised if he did. I don't want to think he did that knowing he has a daughter. He just up back there rubbing on without permission,
bare
or consent, bare or no hair. You know what I mean? I don't want to believe he did that just without consent. I don't want to believe that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people get in a position, and I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna use a 5-letter term that our president has used before. Sometimes you got enough money where you can grab them by the pussy. So what's good for the gander, good for the goose, unless, you're black. I mean, the president all but admitted that it's fine. You can just grab them by their pussy. Not all,
but he did admit.
Yeah, that you could grab them by the pussy. And the fact that the game did it and now it's like, no, we're taking your whole record label. His defense team should have been like, no, we're going to reference the ruling of court docket 2016 presidential election, Donald Trump, who said that it's okay if you have money to grab them by the pussy. But I think that's such a weird flex when you put those two things next to each other. That the president of the United States says that's good. It's all good. Grab them by their fucking pussy, and a black dude do it. Who's got some fame and a little money, allegedly. And take all this shit. You can't do that. Well, I think that's
so. The way that I feel about that is he should have just went to court.
I agree with court.
Big part.
And then too, I think too, it's all about what you got the money to fight too. You know what I mean? Like Donald Trump could find the assets or whatever to fight stuff like that. Who knows if Game necessarily has the money? Because if they take your record label, that means you didn't have the liquid cash to be able to.
The Game is not a $7 millionaire.
I agree. He a millionaire.
So I don't know if y'all noticed about the game, but the game is fully independent. So anything that he does, if he throws a show, if he does a concert,
but he just
all of the proceeds go to the game.
Absolutely.
So that man should have $7 million.
Yeah,
I don't know what his net worth is.
All of it might not be in his name. He might be smart. He might be a person who only had a few things in his name, and everything is not, under his name, which is a great thing. And I just saw a post with him laying down, like he's taking a nap when he had all that money on the table. You saw that post? Mm-hmm. So I saw that. So who knows? And maybe that record label might be just some bullshit. You know what I mean? His house might not be in his name. I mean, when you start getting accused of stuff on a grand scheme like that, I think a lot of those guys move stuff around quickly. They learn how to hide stuff and whatever them look. They know how to hide stuff.
Shell companies.
Yeah, that shit right there. Yeah, they hide stuff in shell companies and make stuff where it seems like they don't have anything. So maybe he cool her having that little bullshit as record label with no people, nobody on it. But we never know.
I don't know. I think it's just a crazy thing, man. But that's a story to check out, and I think it's funny how that came full circle, man. Another story with some men and women things is your boy Steven Jack. What they call him? What's his little name?
5 Stacks, man.
5 Stacks.
Come
there
on,
you
man.
go, man. Steven Jackson, man. Up in Smoke podcast. That shit go ham. He
oh, this is a good one.
Yeah, man. That man. I don't know if y'all saw the story, but go watch the video. He telling about how he left a woman at the altar when they was about to get married. And it's just such a crazy story because the story is all about a prenuptial agreement and how she said she was going to sign it. And then it just kept like going over and over and over up until the day of the wedding. And she never signs the prenup and he leaves her at the altar.
Now,
I don't know. Did y'all read it?
I saw it. Mind you, he gave it to that lady like right
3
after.
3 months, I think he said.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 months before. No,
and they agreed upon it.
Yeah, but I think it was more than that. I'm thinking like maybe 6 months before because so they got engaged and then they wanted to go ahead and get the wedding. But so they got together and drew up the agreement and they say you can't drop agreement unless both of y'all agree. And all she had to do was sign. He brought it home, was like, hey, sign this thing. I'm gonna sign. He's like, all right, cool. And then, he said, okay, I asked her again. And, me say, mind you, we still planning for a wedding. So he's like, okay, I'm still going. That boy say he put out about $400,000 for the wedding in Houston at I forgot what hotel, but he put out $400,000. They had Mike
Palace Inn, I think.
Shut up. He had Mike Bibby, buku of them dudes out
Stephon
the league. Stephon Marbury,
Mm-hmm.
a couple guys out the league. Buku, guys out the league. Port Arthur was out there, and up until the second minute. She didn't do it.
Like dressed for the wedding in the back, ready to go.
Yeah. Downstairs, walked downstairs.
His aunt walked in the room and was like...
The nanny.
His nanny.
Okay. Yeah, it was his nanny who said, man, listen, she not about to sign the paper.
And he said she kept wanting to push and get the pastor she wanted.
Yeah.
And then he said he had a pastor going to save the money, the pastor going to do it for free. The church had been going to. I was like... She's like, no, I want. He said, you know what? I love you.
And it was a pastor that she never met, but he was like, hey, that's her day, so I'm gonna let her do what she wants.
And he walked in there and said, I don't believe in prenuptial agreements. If you love her, marry her without her.
That man said, I don't believe in this. The God talked to me too.
Yeah, he said, the Lord told me don't do this without a prenup.
Straight up. Raj, what's your thoughts on the idea of a prenuptial agreement for somebody that you love?
I mean, I think it's smart. Like if I'm already rich, you know what I'm saying? Like it's smart. This might not last, and if we could be community, like if we could be proactive about this, let's just be proactive. If I ask you the day before the wedding, then maybe it's a little wrong. Like maybe I got too much in my thoughts, and maybe not even that. But if I'm already rich. And 6 months before the wedding, I say, hey, like, look, I expect this to work out forever. But, stuff happens. Let's go ahead and get this prenup signed. And you never do it, but you tell me you will. Like Steven Jackson said, she wanted to sign the prenup after the wedding. She was crying in the room, talking about, I'll sign it.
Under
and
distress.
He was like, nah, it was right. Like when you willing to do something when you crying and stressed, like it's not the same as if you would have done it whenever we was trying to be proactive about it. So I mean, I feel him. I feel him on the whole story. I think it was funny. It was hard to watch. It could have been a 10-minute Instagram live, but it was 33 minutes because he was blowing that dope the whole time. Smoked about 4-5 blunts during the whole chat.
4 or 5 dopes.
But no, I mean, I feel him. Like I feel him in the fact that he was even vulnerable enough to be like, man, I was crying, like I was hurt. I love this woman. Like matter of fact, I left the Spurs because the Spurs told me that she dressed too crazy for them. Yeah. And y'all not about to talk about my woman like that. So I went and played for another team. Like I did all of this, and nah, like I'm with him. I stand with him.
I mean, I think that there's probably a number to it, right? Like if you make 80,000 and your old girl make 100,000. I mean, I don't think
all 17 of my dollars.
Well, no, I think that's all like relative. I think if your girl make 200 and you make fucking 100, y'all could probably work that out. But if you make 3 million and she make 50,000, you get what I'm saying? Like there's levels.
Even if
like,
I make 3 million, she make 200,000.
No, I'm saying if you make, I know, but that's like the difference between 3 million and 200,000 is the same as if you make fucking 300,000 and she make 20,000. Mm-hmm. I think I did the math right there. Yeah. That's 10 times. That's the difference. If you make 300,000 and she make 20,000, I'm gonna make her sign a prenup. Yeah. Like that is that's 15 times as much money as I make. I think that makes a big difference. If somebody makes 2, 3, 4, 5 times as much as you, I think that's still kind of in the ballpark. 10,000 to 50,000, 1 million to 5 million. That's still kind of in the same ballpark ish. You know, there's some math involved with that. But if you're making like I just said, if you're making $3, $4, $5 million and she not making nothing, which possibly is a thing too. No, you need that prenup. Yeah, bro.
Well, I mean, think you got to think about it too.
She got to understand.
If you're a person who incurs buku assets along the way, like say you're a person who moving, shaking, buying shit, selling shit like that, and maybe I might be making the same, but you always, you doing real estate and you still need to sign a prenup. Like say I'm making 1 million and she making 800,000. But if I'm doing these things with my money, I move a certain way and she's just working, or have it with her money and she just got the house. Like, because the thing about it is the things that you occurring and how you moving, you're buying and selling stuff. That's how you move. So if she get half of that, I'm down. You know what I mean? So I think it just depends on the type of dude you are and where you at with it. Like, if you always buying stuff and got buku properties and you don't want her in on all that shit, you got to have.
I don't know. I think that's a little short-sighted, Los. I would say that, like, it don't matter how you get it or what you get it. I think this is just me. I'm just disagreeing because I think that the what you have when you actually go into it is what matters. Yeah. Like you talking about moving and shaking, but I'm only worth 100 and she worth 80. Then we don't necessarily need a prenup. Like we going into it, she's stagnant. I'm moving and shaking. It is what it is, or whatever it is, whatever the case is.
I'm just saying, if you got assets going into the marriage, like property.
But I think that all counts to what you're worth, your net worth. Yeah, it's not just salary.
No, that's what I'm saying. All that counts.
Yeah, I mean, so if I don't have a fucking job, but I got a trust fund worth fucking 20 million, nigga, that matters. Yes. Okay, so I guess maybe we're talking the same thing. I'm not just talking about salary. I'm talking about net worth.
Yeah, what everything that you have that you accrue. And if I have more than you, we might have to sign something.
Well, I think the thing is that you want to sign something just to be. But I think the biggest part of this story, and Raj kind of alluded to it, is they sat down and talked about this.
Yeah, had a conversation. And she agreed.
She helped them write up the prenup. Yeah. You can't just go back and be like, I'm going to try to mouth muscle this nigga. And I'm going to try to slow play this shit to where I could get married because he going to forget. Man, I know he was tripping 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before, a week before, 3 days before the wedding. Like, damn, why she don't want to sign this prenup? And the way he said that's all that was on his mind, I know that's all that was on his mind.
Because he rich.
He was like, she trying to get me.
And then too, once it really finally happened, they had to hurt. That's why he was in there crying. I was about to take this step with you. I wanted you to sign this piece of paper.
And you was trying to get me on the cool.
The whole time.
Like, and the thing is, I don't doubt that she really loved him.
No.
I don't doubt that she felt like we're going to be together. Like, she wasn't like getting into it like, I want to break up with you. But she was just being a selfish motherfucker who felt like, you know what? He loved me a lot. we not gonna sign this prenup. We gonna get married, and then if something go wrong, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good.
But I'm sure in the prenup she had something.
And you know what? You know what I was thinking? I was thinking to myself, like, I think that she was fine. I think that I think she just was trying to protect herself in some way.
Yep.
And I think I just could see a manifestation of thought. Like 4 years down the line, she catch that man doing something, whatever. Like she try to like make it work. You know, she trying to do the right thing. But in the back of her mind, she got half. I could always throw this in your face. One, you know, I could take half from you. How that sound, right? I could take half. I'll leave you right now. I could take half. And then on the flip side of that, I just think in her own thoughts while she by herself, and she thinking about, should I leave him? Because I could do things on my own. Like I think she had all of those thoughts in her head. She was trying to protect herself, and she lost.
But they had a kid already, though.
Yeah.
So she's
still getting child support. That's 18 years.
At $10,000 a piece.
I'm just saying that.
Like, come on.
I mean, we could do the math. That kid probably getting closer to 18 as we speak.
Yeah. But still, if you can't get your shit together in between what 0 or however old the child was to 18, come on now. With the money he gives,
well, she played herself out of it.
Yeah.
We all kind of agreed.
You don't sign that paper and stick in the long haul. But I mean, to me, it let me know
she
you let that man for real.
She wouldn't have came up with an agreement with him that was whack for her. So I bet in that agreement it was like, hey, if we ever break up, you get like $3 million. Well, I bet it was a lot of money in that shit too.
I don't even know if it's that.
I
think she was just like, okay, because I know it's what he want to do. Let me just agree to this, and then let me see if I can talk him out of that. Let me see if I can talk him out, or if he loved me enough to do this without that. You know what I mean?
So you think she just let him run over her in writing the?
I don't know about run over her, but just agree. Like, okay, all right, that's fine. Maybe I love you.
Because she don't ever plan to sign it.
Yeah. And then she was trying to see if he would. That's why she took it up to the time, like, right before that. Okay, I'll sign it. Whatever you want. That shit.
I mean, the thing is that she just went about it all wrong. If she would have just said up front, like, hey, listen, I don't think that we should put a prenuptial agreement on our love. Like, if she would have even just been up front and broke it off right there. Like, let's say if she would have said that and the man would have said, all right, cool. But I mean, he might have been like, well, you know what, this ain't gonna work out. And then she would have saved herself being at the altar by herself.
And that's the thing, Raj, you think that's the thing that people are most upset about, or were most upset about, is the whole leaving a woman at the altar thing. And, you know, she played her hand. She played her hand.
To the end, too.
Like, this gonna work. And he just wasn't the one. But guess what's the crazy other part of that? So I was gonna say, so many people probably played it the same way she did and won. That the dude was like, you know what?
I got my whole family
Fuck it, I love you. My whole family here.
It's embarrassing.
I'm not about to leave you here at the altar. It takes so much. It take guts.
Yeah.
It take a lot of courage to be like, I'm going to hold my morals and my values of what I think over a woman I love.
He said when he was sitting on the bed.
Could you imagine if that man would have actually went? I think there would have literally been an elephant, like an actual elephant inside of the church.
He said when he was sitting on the bed crying, after when he broke it off, he said my baby mama came in there and
wipe his tears,
snot with her bare hand out his nose, and told him, "You became a man today."
I felt like I was watching The Best Man when he was like, "Nah, the wedding off. The Ebony Marauder, the Ebony Humper is over here hitting everything."
That's crazy, bro.
Then the boys
ran
the boys was wild.
I ain't saying
boys was in there still smashing the bridesmaids.
Yep, the friends came and he's the bridesmaid that night. Her friend.
He said, "Yeah, I took that thing down.
I'm gonna get my
I had to. I'm not about to spend $400. I'm not about to trick on $400,000 and not get no payback."
I feel like that may or may not have happened. I feel like that man had to say it to save face after saying he was crying and snotting. He may or may not have hit one of that thing friends.
I mean, for me, even if he didn't say he hit a friend, you know.
I feel like, you know, he just told a big emotional story about him getting played. Like, when people tell stories, they gotta make themselves look fire, cuz.
Sometimes y'all don't take the L.
But let me ask you this. You know what else went through my head when I was thinking about this whole wedding? just think, them boys, and Mike Bibby there, Stephon Marbury was there, Rajon Rondo was there,
Ron
all the boys
was
Rick Fox was in there.
Yeah.
I heard
all the boys was there. Tyrese,
Yeah.
Bobby Valentino was in there.
Pimp C and Bun B.
You know what I'm saying? Drake.
They said
Drake
Obama was
the
there.
reception.
Yeah.
Obama was there.
Obama.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, this dude,
Pastor
like
Los.
he was marrying a regular chick. Like, he wasn't marrying a celebrity. And could you imagine how? Yeah, he smashed the bridesmaids.
You're
Of
right.
course, he smashed the
You're
bridesmaids.
right.
These are some regular chick bridesmaids too.
They
Oh,
went
it's gonna
out.
be
Why
all
would
right,
they even
Steven?
go out with him that night?
Because he had Obama was in the car, sipping that
Why?
lean.
Why not? Because that's Steven. That's them boys. That's the best basketball players, and not just kind of good basketball players. The best basketball players in the league at the time.
You really didn't
And
let me do. I didn't get to get on that podcast with y'all though, Roger. Bibby was gonna be my favorite king of all time. Just FYI. Just FYI. So yeah, they was with the last.
That's probably her favorite king of all time too.
What if
King
Bibby
James?
hit her?
Who's your favorite king of all time? King James.
You.
You.
Can you imagine if I play for the Kings and I ask a girl, "Who's your favorite Kings player?" You. Especially if she regular. Yeah, of course it's me.
Y'all are ridiculous. No, stop that. I'm changing the subject. That was a great conversation. But listen, The Last Dance started this week. What's y'all initial thoughts on this 10-part series of the Bulls? What was it? 95, 96, 94, 95, 95, 96, I think. No, it was the last one.
97,
98.
98.
Yeah, it's the last one. So The Last Dance, 97, 98. What's y'all thoughts on the first 2 episodes of the documentary? What stood out to y'all?
I mean, for me, I didn't know all that shit was going on with Scottie Pippen, dog. I didn't know that boy wasn't getting paid like that. You know, I didn't know that man signed what he signed?
Prenup.
Yeah, prenup
With the Bulls.
With the Bulls.
Yeah, for 13 years with the Bulls. I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know Scott, all that shit was happening inside. I didn't know that man told Phil this, hey, I don't give a damn if you win 82 games, bitch, you're not coming back.
Huh, bro?
I don't care.
I remembered as a child that everybody hated the owner. I remembered that specifically. I just didn't know why.
Yeah,
I mean, I know we wasn't super young. We was like 15, 16. But I remember everybody being like, we hate the owner. Yeah, because Jordan left after that season.
Yeah,
after they won the championship.
I remember
it was because they hated the owner, but I didn't know why.
Yeah, I remember Phil like he out. I thought that's the only reason why Jordan left, which was
I knew that.
But I knew
it was the owner.
I wasn't looking into shit like that back then.
So Raj, I know this it's like some crazy shit, but this is the thing that stood out to me. I actually ended up watching This Magic Moment today. I was watching the 30 for 30 on Penny and Shaq in the Magic back in the Gap. And they showed like when Penny and Shaq them lost to the Bulls, and it was like, the Bulls came out ready to go, and they showed Michael Jordan taking them to the basket and killing them. Then the next highlight they showed Scottie Pippen dunking on him. Mm-hmm. Then they showed Dennis Rodman getting a putback dunk. Then they showed Steve Kerr hitting a 3, and I was like, oh shit, ESPN been doing this for a long time. Mm-hmm. They have been bastardizing the memory of the Bulls dynasty. Let me put it this way, in a way that you can understand. When the Bulls was winning back in 91, 92, 93, when we was little kids and it was like the Bulls were superheroes, it was Bill Cartwright, Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, B.J. Armstrong. That was the 5. People be like, oh yeah, John Paxson. They want to throw that in there just so you can think about it. Now, people, I'm going with it. On this, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, let's just say Tony Kukoc or Luke Longley, whoever, whatever.
Tony.
And Ron Harper. But every video you see is Steve Kerr hitting a fucking 3. Mm-hmm. Steve Kerr playing, 20 minutes a game? Like it's so crazy to me. And maybe it's like the victors get to tell a story or whatever the case may be. The fact that we make it look like Steve Kerr was a pivotal part of the fucking Bulls the 97-98 Bulls. Yeah, he was on the team.
He had 3 good shots. He had a couple good shots. He had some shots.
Yes, he had some shots. He was
shots.
Deladova, my nigga.
I mean, you really can't have no conversation with Ron Harper anyway, though.
He was Leandro Barbosa, bruh. Like, he was, like, but the fact is, to the point that, guess what they did? On the documentary, somebody posted this. They showed a picture of, like, this, the Last Dance. There's Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman, and Steve Kerr. And then they showed the original picture, which is Jordan, Rodman, Pippen, Harper, and Kukoc. And it was those 5 walking. They took out Harper, and they took out Kukoc, and they put Steve Kerr in the damn thing.
Why do you think they did that?
Raj, you tell me. Why do you think they did that?
I think just Steve Kerr's relevant right now. Like, you know, like them boys, like Rodman got a little bit of relevancy when he was visiting North Korea, so it wasn't like basketball reasons. And then Ron, I don't think people really remember Ron Harper. They had another Harper in the league at the time that I used to get him mixed up with.
Bryce Harper. But the thing is that I think Cutting, I remember actually at that age that Ron Harper was live to me.
He was nice.
Oh, Ron Harper was cold. He was a big guard. Like, I mean, I know a little bit about Ron Harper.
I just remember Ron Harper used to wear them Jordans. He wore them patent leathers. He was the only other player on the team who wore them patent leathers besides Mike.
The thing with Ron Harper is that he got an extreme speech impediment.
Oh, do he?
He stuttered bad. I just heard an interview with him. If you look up in an interview with
Chris
Ron,
Johnson shit? Kenyon Martin?
No, he worse than them. Ron Harper stutters extremely bad.
Okay.
I think that's one of the things why they've been like, well, we can't do no interview with that dude. So
I didn't mean to cut you off, Raj. What are your thoughts on Ron Harper?
I did. I meant to cut you off.
No, I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on Ron Harper. I said what I had to say. I just think Kerr is relevant, and he won a couple of championships as a coach recently, and so they just put him on there because it got to appeal to everybody. So everybody know Jordan and Pippen, but nobody, like, I mean,
and Rodman. I get you.
Ron Harper not really relevant no more. So let's just put somebody that people recognize.
Okay.
Steve Kerr.
I mean, I get it. I just felt like when I tied it into the early Bulls that you want to throw Paxson, you want to throw, like, you don't throw Craig Hodges on there, but that man was way more gas than. But granted, Paxson hit a game winner in the finals, and Kerr hit a game winner in the finals. So I get that.
Let me tell you. So they've been playing old basketball games on NBA TV recently, and we'll watch a couple of them. And the Blazers was playing the other day. It was like the Blazers against the Celtics.
They was nice.
And they had a Paxson out there, and he was hooping. And I'm like, man, I didn't know Paxson was a hooper like that. It was John Paxson's brother. So
Jim Paxson.
When I watched it was Jim Paxson who was a dog. So I looked up I didn't know. I forgot, I guess. But I didn't know. So I thought that was the same Paxson whenever I saw him. So I had to look to kind of delineate the two. But that was, I'm learning a lot. The biggest theme for me around this whole thing is the Pippen thing I didn't know. Man, it's just so much, it's so much I didn't know, you know, about the Bulls. Like it was nice to just hear everything I knew about the Clyde Drexler thing, like why the Blazers didn't take Jordan because of Clyde Drexler. Like, I didn't really know a whole lot. Jordan stayed in college for 3 years, and I know he hit that shot as a freshman. But, like, I'm like, damn, I don't really know much about the other 2 years of Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
All I know is that one shot he hit as a freshman in the championship game. I don't know much about them other 2 years. So it's nice to get a sneak peek, if you will, into what kind of went on back then.
Yeah, I mean, it make a bunch of sense, man. You know, like, I felt the same way when I saw Horace Grant. You know, Horace Grant had maybe a twin, Harvey Grant. You knew that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's all them boys' brother. And you knew that.
Daddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The ones who young right now. What do they call? I don't remember their names.
Jarian and I don't know. I know one of them. Jeremy and Jarian.
Oh.
Yeah, and so you never know those things. Like you look back in time and then you're like, damn, them boys had a twin. Like Akeem Olajuwon had a twin. His name was Akeem, but didn't have the H. It was just Akeem Olajuwon. If you go look, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had a twin, had a brother named Luau Cinder. Like, nigga, like that nigga used to get buckets, dog. Like when you go back and look at these things way back in the day, Like Drew Brees actually had a brother who played for I think he played for like University of Miami of Ohio. His name was Lou Brees, and that man was super nice.
You're a dummy.
Yeah, man. Oh, you want me to stop?
Yeah.
No, what?
Please. He's reaching.
Well, I'm not. So they had a dude named Jack O'Neal who played for LSU E. He didn't play for Jackil O'Neal, but they just call him Jack. What up, Jack? And that boy, he used to dunk on him. So yeah, I mean, I'm all in, and I'm interested to watch the 10 episodes of the Bulls.
I just wish it came out on Netflix, man.
I thought about it today, like why they dropped it.
I don't like waiting
the reason I'm happy they dropped it today, not happy, but the reason I feel like they dropped it today is because of the whole. I didn't even notice that the NBA NFL draft is this week. I was like, they had to move.
The NFL draft is actually tomorrow.
Yeah, they had to move eyes yesterday, right? They had to move eyes to ESPN because I hadn't watched ESPN in a month.
Minute. Yeah,
I wouldn't have known the draft was happening.
Definitely, and I'm still not gonna watch it
at all. Raj, just text us when the Saints about to draft.
That's all. I'm gonna set my ESPN app, and let me know.
The Saints have drafted.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna try to stay up, but if I fall, no, I'm not gonna fall asleep because I'm gonna stay up drinking some coffee from my favorite coffee company, the Black Coffee Company. So 5 young Xavier alumni have come together to create the Black Coffee Company. Man, y'all visit theblackcoffeecompany.com to check out their art, apparel, and definitely their coffee. With 5 unique blends of Colombian, Brazilian, Ethiopian, and Peruvian coffees, these brothers are giving you some of the best Java from around the globe and some food for thought as well. These fellas aren't only distributing quality coffee, they preach the major tenets of entrepreneurship, financial freedom, and community empowerment. The whole movement is dope, but don't take my word for it. Visit theblackcoffeecompany.com and see what all the fuss is about. The Black Coffee Company. Coffee for the culture.
If you want to get black coffee for some black people, all you got to do is hit Black Coffee Company. They got push-ups, cups, everything up. All we're going to do is pour them coffee cups up. What you want to do, got the filter with the water, pour it up, baby, pour it up. Hold up. Black Coffee Company.
So Black Coffee Company's
That's my third one for the day.
Hey man, Black Coffee Company's favorite show out here is
check on some coffee.
What is it? It's Black as Fuck. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch Black as Fuck on network. Black AF.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a big thing that's going on. And I'm just gonna lay out the groundwork for it. We don't have to talk super long about it, but I just want to lay the groundwork. If you haven't already watch it on Netflix. I think that we should support black shows on Netflix, especially by black directors and everything like that. Support it. Get the clicks so these people get the clicks and they can do more things. I think it was, for me, the acting wasn't great. The plot was okay. They said it's just like Blackish. I've never watched Blackish. Sorry, so I don't really have a frame of reference for that.
I don't give him that much credit.
Well, he is the one. He makes Blackish.
He's not, but he wasn't acting in Blackish though. I think the acting is extremely subpar in this one. I think maybe the plot is good. It could be decent. I think they casted it poorly for me.
Well, let's talk about that because that's the biggest part. The casting.
I'm a binge watcher.
So the thing that people was most upset about is that they said he only cast light-skinned black people.
Everybody.
It's based upon his fucking family, and they're all light-skinned black. Look at the picture of his family. Like, he casted people who look just like his children.
So what?
Do you think that that's a problem? Raj, what do you think? If you're doing a show based upon the Rog Smuve life and they wanted to have your older brother, your mom, and your daddy, and then they had a big choco black dude playing your older brother and a pale white woman playing your mama, would you be like, oh, that's okay? Or would you be like, that's not how my family look?
Well, I would like to have some say if it's the Rog Smuve show on who's going to be casted. And so I think it's
no. Let's say you're directing it and you get to pick the people. Is what I'm saying, because that's what happens.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So no, but how I feel about it is like I think it's okay for black people to say, "Damn, why he got just straight light skinned people?" And if his explanation is because my family is light skinned, then the only thing that black people should say is, "Oh." That's a good explanation.
What else should they say? Well, that's all.
Oh.
Oh.
I guess for me, I don't really care about the being light skinned. The acting is terrible.
Well, that's the thing that people are most in an uproar about because they said every show you cast people, they all light skinned.
For me, the acting is bad. That shit stink. The acting is bad for me more so than anything. It's like BET just took the last of their budget for the year and just threw something together, right? I don't know why he's in it. I don't think the acting is right. I think everything else is pretty cool. The plot and all that, I can see where you wanted to go with it in some places, but I couldn't get past episode and a half. And to let it go.
I would say episode 5 and episode maybe 7 or 8 are good ones to watch because I did watch it all, but I mean I just was watching.
Your memory good as hell.
I wasn't I just was watching. Well, episode 5 was the one with Mike Epps them, and I just was like, okay. That's a funny episode. And you went and saw
episode 5.
You had your boy Man Boy on it. You know Man Boy from Snowfall?
Oh yeah.
And that boy was over there clowning, and it was funny.
Yeah,
so I'm like, okay, that's a funny episode. But other than that, I just kind of was like,
you just had it on the support.
It just was on.
I'm gonna do it tonight when I go to sleep. I'm just gonna run it.
It's on. That's all it is, man.
That's what I'm gonna do. I got y'all black as fuck.
I mean, I would be interested if y'all to I would encourage everyone to go watch it. But I think the discussion is just that do we need to support any black show just because it's like one of the few ones on Netflix for us? And I think that's the answer, right? I think we do.
Yes.
Because
we must.
I think we should.
Yeah.
It's a must.
I probably won't. But what I did like about it was that it's short. So I respect that. Like I don't want to watch. I'm so tired of hour-long shows just sapping the day. So just give me something that I might be able to binge watch. Like I might be able to watch the entire first season in one day. Which is cool.
I like hour-long. I feel like it's more. I get more information that way. I like hour-long. I get more information. I think I get to see the plot develop and unfold that way. I don't have no problem taking a couple days on my whatever time to watch.
My biggest thing is I like watching shows that feel like, ooh, I gotta wait till next week to see what's gonna happen because it's this one big story. And I feel like shows like this, shows like Fresh Prince, shows like Martin, like growing up, and I'm using black shows, but any show ever, Friends, whatever. It wasn't shows that just was like I like to watch shows that's not just like sitcoms like that. I like to watch shows that's telling a big story, like Game of Thrones or like The Wire.
Yeah.
Or like some shit that's like, oh shit, what's going to happen?
Like I'm saying, you see it developing. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what's
so
going likely?
Black, suspense. White, whatever.
Suspense.
I don't like Raj. One of your favorite shows was the Jared Carmichael show. And for me, that was one of my biggest holes with that show. It was like, this shit ain't building on nothing. It's just comedy every week that's just kind of doing some things. So maybe that's just not my forte of show. Maybe that's what it is.
I mean, that was, so definitely a series is my favorite type of show as well. But the Gerard Carmichael show, I just liked it because it just had a bunch of Gerard Carmichael in it.
Hey.
I watched
Talk your shit.
I watched Home Movies. I don't know if you heard about that one. There's Home Movies from Gerard Carmichael. I didn't like it.
When he said that he let like a dude dome him up or something.
What? Wait. What?
Oh no, he smashed a dude.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said I've been with dudes.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, he said it on the shop, huh? On LeBron shit?
I mean, maybe he said it on the shop, but I know he said it on home movies for sure. He told his mama that.
Hey, yo, ma, you remember when I was in there with Jarrell? I bust him up.
That's not how that happened. Okay, I might have to go back and watch it. Was that on Netflix too?
Now you want to see punks?
What?
People smash.
The home movie stuff, or was that on HBO?
Home Movies is on HBO.
Did it come on right after Michael Jackson shit came on? No? All right.
So, Raj, you said that he said something about smashing dudes. Does that make him gay?
That was actually...
now cue up that music for Nothin NICE.
You know they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say, but Aldo NICE.
Ain't nothing nice. Yeah.
Okay, so I made a post on Facebook today, and it was talking about that I'm like just not straight up. For the record, I'm not dying so that this country's economy can improve. My ancestors already did that. What's his name? Dan Patrick, the lieutenant governor of Texas, is telling them that, hey, we would rather die for this economy to get back up for our children because we can't just stay in the house. Listen, man, I'm black, and at some point, they're going to tell everybody to go back to work. And then the powers that be are going to be like, yeah, we should all go back to work because, whatever. It's a part of it. It's time. It's the time to do it. We need to stimulate the economy, whatever. And what I'm going to say is, nah, I'm not going back to work until stuff is really safe. I don't believe in Trump. I don't believe in politicians. I believe in science. And until the scientists tell me it's time to go back to work, I'm not going back to work. And people like Dan Patrick could kiss my black ass. And I ain't got nothing nice to say about people who are going to try to push that timeline up just to, quote unquote, stimulate the economy. Sean won't say nothing at all. That's all I got.
My question.
I'm listening.
Did he say that on ESPN?
He actually was Kenny Mayne threw it to Dan Patrick.
No, he said it when he was in the layup line with Jordan and them for their third game, their home opener.
Dan Patrick. Hey, man, you're not wrong when you're right. That's that man's name, but he's ridiculous like that. Hey, man, before we get out of here, I didn't want to talk about some other things. Like, once the economy opens back up, people are going to want to start doing regular things. One of those regular things is going back to concerts and shows. I heard L.A. and maybe New Orleans said that there are going to be no more concerts or sporting events until 2021.
New Orleans going to go on.
That's what they said.
Bankrupt.
That's what they said. My point is just, in that, one of those things is concerts and, like we just said, concerts and sporting events. Mm-hmm. The people who handle that is Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster has been not refunding anybody for concerts and stuff that they booked that have got canceled due to that Rona. Well, that's wild as fuck. What do you think?
They were at first, then they stopped. They realized, hold on, there's too much money we losing. So they stopped. Them and Live Nation, they stopped. They were
Which
doing
is the same
first,
company.
They stopped.
Oh, is it, Raj?
Live Nation is the parent company of Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
And they actually they wild. So let me just tell you about this. They wild because they said that the concerts aren't canceled; they're just indefinitely suspended, pretty much. So like they're not canceled yet. So we're not gonna give you your money back, right? Like that's just crazy to me. That's just finding another way to play people.
Yeah.
So do you think that it's like if them boys reschedule a concert for like 2022, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, now that's the one you had paid for 2 years ago. Like that's your tickets. Is that how they're gonna try to play it?
So yes, that is what I think. And so like what they actually, so they changed it, right? So like a bunch of backlash happened. It's like, we got to get our money back, right? I mean, everybody's calling Ticketmaster or however you got to get in touch with Ticketmaster to get your money back. And they're actually offering people two different options. So you could take your money back. So there's like a 30-day window, right? Like they're going to post something that you could get your money back. You got to claim it. If you don't claim it, then your ticket just continues to stay in the queue. You can notate your ticket. Like you can keep your ticket for another event at 150% of the value of that ticket. Or the option that I probably would never choose, but whatever, maybe one of y'all would, is that you can donate the value of your ticket to an in-brand, like an in-house COVID-19 fund that they're going to donate to like healthcare work.
Hell no.
Which
I wouldn't do that.
That's off-brand for me.
Yeah, I got to ask man.
I'm not doing that. I just don't feel like, I feel like they're going to pocket it.
I can't be doing no donating right now. I ain't got nothing nice to say about people wanting me to donate when I got child support to pay.
I mean, it's an interesting flex. Go ahead, Raj.
Let me actually read it to you so I don't sound weird when I say it. So, starting May 1st per billboard, ticket holders will be alerted to their concert or show's new date, then given 30 days to request a refund. If they don't seek a refund, their ticket will be valid for the event on its new date. If their event has been straight up canceled, well, then their refund will be returned to them either way. If that's not enough options for you, however, Live Nation has two other suggestions for those fans whose shows have been canceled. Receive credit for a future ticket through their Rock When You're Ready program, which is up to 150% of your initial ticket's value, or donate the value of your refunded ticket to healthcare employees battling COVID-19 through the company's Hero Nation program.
Okay, so did I hear that right? On May 1st, you could get your money back.
Yeah.
You gotta
30
claim
days
it.
to
You gotta
do it.
request it.
Oh, so that's a very smart thing in regards
that,
to
Big
business.
Chief?
It's a smart thing in regards to business because a lot of people just don't claim their money. You know, they be sending all the time like, oh, these people, you got unclaimed money on the whatever. So possibly that's a part of it that people just ain't got no money. And I mean, you could get over on a lot of people by just saying, hey, you got to claim your money by going to this site and pressing these buttons. At least a good 10% to 15% of people not going to go do it.
Yeah, you got to be responsible.
And if you count on people to be irresponsible, you can make some money off of that.
True. I agree.
What they under fire for is that people claiming that they changed their policy after all of this happened.
No.
So that they had like rules in place, and then after COVID-19 happened, they changed those rules, which is very wild.
I mean, hey, fat girl need love too, Craig.
I don't even go to concerts, so in my head, that don't really.
Why you don't like concerts like that?
It's not. I don't know. I just don't get. I don't like the only things I go to would be like the under $50 concerts at where I be going all the time. House of Blues and go and watch. Usually it's always watching Maybach Music people who over there. I mean, I don't know.
You don't do
that's cool.
$200-$300.
I don't like the whole sit down in a seat and watch a concert, Daddy. I like go to a club and watch somebody on stage.
I don't like large venues either. Like where you go, we got the Pepsi Center. I went and watched Jay-Z at the Pepsi Center just because it was Jay-Z and we got tickets for $12. So I went and watched Jay-Z. Oh, we was in the nosebleeds.
Damn, and y'all already in the Mile High City. So in the nosebleeds, in the Mile High,
those really
2 miles.
Yeah, I'm not going to see that.
But I actually live real close to a concert venue that I like, so I'll walk over sometimes to go watch a concert. But no, I'm not a big concert fan either.
I mean, for me, if I get decent enough tickets, I got a price in my head. I'm just not going to pay.
To me, the best concert I've ever been to in my life was the House of Blues, New Orleans, probably 03, 04. I was still in college, maybe 05. We went to House of Blues just on a regular Thursday night, was drinking, smoking, walked in that bitch. It was me, Chris Fox, OT, and all of a sudden, Fifth Wall Weebie got on the stage. Then Squad Up was on the stage. Oh. Then it was like
that was mixtape.
I want to say it was like I don't know if Wayne was up there with Squad Up, but it was like Hot Boy Ronald and just like people just was in that bitch and they just all started doing their songs, and it was like you at the ball, you could grab you something to drink. They got them chicks in there. It's like it's a club and you're doing regular club shit, and it's a concert. Like another one,
and it's club music.
Exactly, it's another concert that I can remember. I was at. For All-Star, no, it was Super Bowl or All-Star, one of the two. I think it was Super Bowl in Houston in 05 when I first moved out here. And I went into Max's and T.I. and fucking Jeezy was in that bitch.
I was in there.
And the boys just was doing concerts.
I remember that.
I'm like T.I.
grabbed a mic
and
we're just rapping that shit. I remember that.
Like that type of thing. That's what I'm with that all day. I'm in there, y'all playing the music, and then all of a sudden I look up at the stage and I'm like, oh shit, T.I.
Yeah.
In that thing, playing this music. Like that. I just don't believe in going in here. You see this row 14 7B, and I'm about to sit down, and I stand up and I sit down, and whatever.
And I gotta go walk to the concession booth to get a drink.
That
once the person you want to see get in there, you don't sit down.
Fair enough. I mean, I went to Essence a few times. Watched Maze.
I've been to Wayne concert out here.
I didn't do that.
And I didn't sit down when Wayne came on. I didn't sit down, and the Asians in front of me had a whole bunch of that Bob Marley. A ridiculous amount.
I think Lil Chris probably stole it. If it was them Asians brought that weed,
no,
then Lil Chris probably took it like in Atlanta.
Yeah, he took it in Atlanta, but I don't think Lil Chris wanted to play with these Asians. These Asians had shaved heads.
What I would like to see, I just want camera footage of college Los and college Aldo NICE in the same place. Nah. I just want to see. I want to see that footage. Like just y'all just doing y'all own thing, but y'all in the same building.
Yeah, but we don't know each other.
That would be.
Just...
It's some ridiculous.
You stepped on Lo's shoe and he wanted to hook with you, but you don't remember him. Yeah. Like something like I hope something like that.
Back then, he stepped on my shoe. Then it was somebody else would have caught him. I ain't want to have to fight back then.
Yeah, I just
Chunky.
Yeah,
no, not Chunky. No, I'm talking about like Finch them. Not Finch, but I had some other
Oh yeah,
yeah. I always roll.
My niggas had them pistols though, so you could have played with your
world from that beat with it.
Then everybody would have just died.
Then, it would have been dead.
Then everybody be dead. Then we all gotta die. Then fuck this podcast.
Yeah.
Then you want to die tonight?
Yeah, ain't no hooping. Ain't no Prospect Park on
Look how
Sunday.
niggas act. Nigga, you want to die tonight,
You
though,
wanna die
nigga?
tonight, nigga? Hey, you know what I mean?
You like the Saints? What happened if you about to get in a fight with somebody and they like the Saints?
Oh,
Then you
nigga.
be like, oh, okay, who that?
Yeah, my bad. Hey, relax,
Good.
y'all.
Hey, man. Ain't nothing wrong. Hey, man, listen. Best Friend Weekend, live at 5, every weekday.
Ooh.
5 p.m. If you listen to it on Friday this week, we with Ito's, and we got a crawfish giveaway. So make sure y'all looking out for that. Go support Ito's this weekend. They opening back up to slang some crawfish in y'all general direction in the Houston area. So be on the lookout for that. All things else, man. Look, just plug into the Best Friend Weekend Podcast Network. We making big things happen. Men Secure every Tuesday. You know what I'm talking about.
Education Ignorance Show.
Coming real soon.
Go follow that
man,
thing
but
on IG.
all that to say, man, y'all have a great weekend.
Bow.
Make it a Best Friend Weekend.
Bow.
And we out.
I cue up that music for the NFL. Scooby-Doo bark. Ooh! He a dog in the bed. Think mayo on bread, how I spread my legs.
Oh.
Bring flowers instead, cause when I'm done, that twat should be dead.
Damn.
Stomach like a beauty salon, cause I swallow every pubic hair shed. Pause on that dick when I'm on it. I might scream cut, now elong it. The dick like Ariana ponytail, cause I swear that shit was the longest. He said, how far can I own it? I said, everything, I condone it. His dick ain't got nowhere to stay, so I let him sleep in his pussy to help out the homeless. Time to get stupid, wait. I like to move it, wait. Dick in the hole, then it start to roll. Like it's hula hooping, wait. I ain't talking mug when I tell him shoot the shot. Sweating like a thug when they running from the cops. I'm good eye candy, even the Fetty Wap. And I know I'm for the head like a fucking face swap. Tinted windows every time we outside, cause I suck that dick while he drive. Let him masturbate with french fries. I don't tell nobody like a mime. Toss my legs in the air like a dime. He come quick like Amazon Prime. So much slob raining on the dick. Made him hold an umbrella over my head this time.
Nasty.
Very,
Nasty.
very gross.
That's what you like, though.
Me too.
That's what the people like.
No, that's what I like.
Hey, God, go over there, give me that cup. Now cue up that music for this big fire prenup.
Why y'all stupid?
That was actually... Oh,
now cue up that music for Nothin NICE.
I hate how you tapped Los before.
You heard him
did.
tap him?
Did you hear me tapping?
No, I just know you tapped Los. Because Los was just too quiet.
No, you know the reason why? I wasn't even listening.
And you targeted me. You wow.
No, I wasn't even listening. I was talking my shit, Rob.
Targeting.
I was
15 yards on that
Target.
road. Like,
Rob, I was talking my
leave.
shit.
You
I
gotta
wasn't
leave the
engaged in the
podcast
conversation
until
that way.
this ain't college, just that
I-
league. I'm gonna get fined.
I was talking my shit.
But let me hold $1,500 for my Ponzi scheme.
Make Raj pay.